Welcome back, design students. In this video, we're going to make some final adjustments in preparation for our final render. One of the first things I like to do is add some color to these lights to get a little more of a dramatic effect. For the fill light, select it and come to the color swatch, and you can make it kind of a blue. And you can see that immediately has a nice effect. And then we can come to the key light and give it kind of a yellow tint. Now that is way too much, so we're going to select that color swatch and bring that down considerably. Give it just a hint of yellow. We could also try maybe an orange color. That's something I've seen people do. And we're not getting as much of an effect from this light because it doesn't have the intensity or the exposure as the other one. If I put this up to 10, you would clearly see that the effect of that light. We don't want the color of the lights to overtake the color of our subject, but it does add a little drama. Another thing I'd like to do is undock this Arnold render view. So one of the things we can do to make our displacement look a lot better is adjusting the subdivisions. So select the rabbit mesh and come over and find the P-cube shape node, open the Arnold rollout and scroll down and find subdivisions and open that up. Change the type from none to Cat Clark and then change the iterations to 2. And that will make our displacement look a lot better. If you change this to more than 2, then it will end up looking kind of spiky. So 2 or 1.5 or 2 is probably a good. And then let's open up our render settings by coming up here and clicking this little icon next to the hypershade icon. And we're going to change this to JPEG. And then we're going to change our output size to 720. And then we're going to go into the Arnold tab. And here we're going to increase the quality of our render. Let's change this to 4, and this to 3, and this to 3, and subsurface scattering to 3. Now we don't have any subsurface scattering on our material, but we're getting ready to change that. With the body mesh selected, come over to the body material that we created, and then find the subsurface group and open it up. And we're going to give the subsurface scattering some weight. And then we're going to change the subsurface color to that purple color or a little lighter shade of it that we have created for the body mesh. Now we can't really see what that looks like because Arnold is not active. So let's go to Arnold and open up our Arnold render view and push play. And you can clearly see that this is going to take some time. You can see the render progress down here. So I'm going to pause it and I'll come back when it's done. This is what our render looks like, but we're zoomed way in on it. Let's zoom out. It's still not done actually. And this is what our render looks like so far. Let's make the subsurface scattering 0 and see what that looks like. And you can clearly see that it has a pretty dramatic effect. Let's give the subsurface scattering a small number like 0.1 and maybe darken up the color a little bit. So this is what my final render looks like. Now, when you get your lighting and your rendering like you want, then to turn this in, you simply click File, Save Image, and put it in your project folder or on your desktop, and click Save. And this is what it looks like. In the next phase of this project, we're actually going to put some thick fur on the rabbit. And I'll see you in the next video.